Hey everybody, happy Halloween! I am sporting my Halloween Michael Myers jumper for one's occasion, and look at all this. Look at all this. It's cover time. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to wing it. Did you expect anything less? I don't think you did. But we've got all sorts of stuff. And I have got kind of an idea going around in my noggin. But how we're going to get there, I don't know. So I'm just going to go with the flow. I do know that down the spine, I want some writing. But I want the writing to be like under some like tissue paper that's all crumpled up, and then I'm going to paint it. So I have got two die sets. I've got this one that I got from Michael's, which I kind of like the font, and then I've got this one from Heidi Swap, which is a little bit bigger, but I'm thinking I want Halloween every day on the spine, and like cut a few of them and then stick them on top of each other so they're kind of 3D off of the spine. That's what I'm thinking. And then I've got all other bits and pieces. So we're going to do a proper Tim Holtz vignette on the front cover. I have got some etc tags which fit perfect, and plus I also have the trims as well, and I'm thinking this trim because I want kind of a shelf, so that's what I'm thinking. So we've got those. We also have some test tubes and bottles and things as well. I did have, they're all in here. I've got them. It's okay. I found them. I was going to say, I had a Tim Holtz set as well of all the glass vials and stuff. Are these them? I'll find them. They're around somewhere. They're not far. Of all the mini ones and stuff like that as well. So we're going to be playing with those, which is going to be fun. I also have some gates, some baseboards, all the spookiness in there of the ideology. I'm definitely going to be adding a couple of those flatback spiders because we've not played with those yet because I keep forgetting about them. I've got the sticker books. Here's the journal. I also have some more ideology here as well. I got these from Flying Tiger because they're fishnet gloves, but they're just so cool. And I've got a funny, yeah, they do. They rip. Perfect, because we love stuff that rips. Then I also have these, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to use them, but I got them out anyway. We have my gruesome skeletons because we're going to do something cool with those. Then I also got out my mini clipboard. I've gone right through my Tim Holtz stash because I did think that kind of fitted perfect on the front cover as well, but not with the clip. So I'm thinking of using that for another project. Let me put these gates away, and these spiders are really creepy, so we're just going to chuck them in there so I don't have to look at them. We'll put that up there. Then we had this as well, and I thought, well, this would be quite cool, but no, we're going to use that at Christmas. So I'm going to put that away. And then I found my other tub of all my ideology, and it's got my urns and candlesticks and stuff in. Mainly, this one's mainly Christmas, but I also found these as well. And I think there's a couple of packs in here, so I'm hoping we might be able to make a word out of these too. So yeah, we've got our little baubles and stuff. And I do have somewhere some cauldrons and stuff that I brought, but I don't know where they are, which is a little bit annoying. I also have out, let me put my journal aside. I also have out these that I've kept in this big plastic tub, and they're just, can you see through that? They're just the resin pieces that I made last year. There's Finnabar moulds in here, there's skulls and potion bottles and bat wings and all sorts of stuff. Now I want this cover to be like really 3D. So I'm definitely thinking of using some of these. Like, I mean, that bat's just so cool. And the little skulls, look at that. I mean, come on. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking of using some of these in the make too. So that will be cool. But as far as what we're doing, I don't know. I don't know. But I did walk in here this morning and there was a huge avalanche. Well, I wasn't in here. Like everything I've got, see, I've got a desk. I've got this desk here, and then I've got 2 desks coming down the side. So I've got like a U-shaped desk, and it's just 3 IKEA desks put together. Well, the desk that's over here, we've got like a new New York going on. Everything's stacked up, and we've got skyscrapers of stuff everywhere. And I walked in this morning, and it was all on the floor. Spooky. So what I'm thinking, I might use one of these instead of the etc. tag. And I'm just hoping, I've never used these before. Oh, you get quite a few. Oh, I can mount them up. I'm hoping that one of these, it does. And I think I want it to be quite a thick shelf, so I'm thinking of 2 on there like that. But we also have this. Do we want one just the size of the window, or do we want a full one going all the way across? Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking of this. Like that. And then stacking the stuff up. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know whether, I think we will use 2. We're going to cover them. I don't know whether, do I want, do I want it to be a shelf like this? Oh, there's Tinkerbell. Do I? I should have got the flat ones really, because we could have done a shelf like that. I mean, I guess I could turn it round and have a shelf like that, like an L-shaped shelf coming down like so. I don't know. I think I might just leave it at the 2 shelves, but we've still got loads of shelves. That's really cool that you get that many. This first I'm going to cover. This I'm going to cover. I'm not too sure yet what I'm going to cover it in. I do want to stick some bits on and then kind of collage over the top with, I want it to be all like rustic and stuff. Cut quite a few die cuts as well. I've got spider webs and I've got gates and ravens and ghosts and stuff like that. I've got another word, wicked, which I really would like to double up and just put sort of like, again, under the stuff. So first off, what are we going to do? First off, I think I'm going to put the stuff on the cover, but I do want this to be here. So I'm going to draw around this, and it's absolutely fine because we're going to cover it all. Just so I know where this is going to go, and then we might as well just draw the window in as well, just so we know. So that's the frame. So anything I want to put on it can go round this area, because obviously this bit is going to be covered. So one of the things I want to do is, I mean, I could just go over it with some Tim Holtz paper. But I kind of want like textures in the background, like so. So I've got my collage medium out because we're going to do a lot of collaging. I need to get a paintbrush. Then we're literally just gonna, I want this web to be folded round. Like so. And then I'm just gonna stick it down, hold it down for a few seconds while it bonds. Now you can get your Burley Arts glue out or your art glitter glue and put glue on the back of it first. You do you do it exactly how you want to do it. So we've got a web there. I don't know whether I want some little gravestones down here. I might need, we could have a ghost. Come on, get out. We could have a little ghost sneaking out the side. And then his friend too. Maybe up here, like this. I do like that. So my kind of idea of what I want to do is I want to put, I'm not bothered that they're white, use scrap cardstock. What I want to do is I'm going to put these down and then I'm going to go over them with tissue paper so they're encased in. And then I'm going to go over them with black paint. And then I'm going to make sure that's... And then I'm going to go over them with a dry paintbrush with white paint. And then it will just give the effect. It will just show like that there's... It will just look really cool. Really, really, really cool. This, I think, I want a couple of these. Oh, we've got a real big spider web. I think we'll have that on the spine, so we'll save that. We've got some little trick-or-treaters. And we have got the word wicked. That will go under the frame because remember, we're going to put the frame like that. So do we want that there? Or do we want it? Oh, I like it in the middle. I like it in the middle. So yeah, so I think this is the finale. I think this is going to be, oh, a long one. I hope you're prepared. Oh, stop. Stop doing that, W. I mean, look at that. See, look, I can't move it now. It's stuck already. And we could have a couple of the tombstones. Let's chop that. Cut that there. And then cut it down there as well, because that should fit there perfect. Am I on camera? I'm so sorry if I was on the bottom. What I could have done was folded it round. But that's fine. Where's the... See, this one I could... Or maybe I like this one actually. Yeah, and it doesn't matter that it goes over the ghost, because he could be flying past. I like that already. That's pretty cool. And now, what I think down here, I think I'm going to put some of my deco web. Just for some extra interest. Let's chop that where we want it. That over like that. And I'm not bothered about the bits sticking out the side. That on there like that. See, that already looks cool. And then, didn't we have a little offcut? So maybe we could put oh my goodness, everything's dropping. Put a little bit more off. Because ultimately what we're after is texture. Don't want those going over the tombstones. Where's that other? There it is. And let's trim this to there. It looks so cool. And now we need something at the top. I'm going to cut this bit off, but we need something at the top. What shall we have at the top? We've got some branches. No. No. Oh, we've got some little tombstones too, look. Maybe we could put them on after, sort of like sticking out the page. I have got this kind of like banner thing. I know what I want to put up there. I forgot. I'm getting carried away with the old die cuts. Where's my tub? Ta-da! Right, so trying to find the K was, I think, the hardest thing I've had to do this whole October. That was a nightmare. Now for this, I am going to use my Burley Arts glue. And I'm going to put them on wonky. I might move them in just a smidgen so they're kind of in line. With the window. Yeah, I think that looks good. Oh, I'm loving it so far. And then when we come to put the frame on like that, ta-da! Doesn't that just look so cool? Now, so while that's drying, we're gonna do this. We're gonna cover this. I do want to cover it because I don't want it white. But I'm not too sure what I want to cover it with. Maybe this. That's an option. Maybe that. So I found this one. I don't know what year it's from. I have literally just put all of my Tim Holtz papers together. So I'm just gonna go over with the collage medium. So I've glued it down. And I've just cut with my craft knife around the edge, and now I'm just gonna sand it, because this kind of, it not only gives you a perfect edging, but it kind of bonds the paper to the frame. And then once we've got all the bits and pieces off, there we go, look at that. Perfectly done. Now we need to cut inside. Ooh. But luckily enough, we've got a thick frame, so we don't really need a ruler. But then this is me, so who knows. Just going to, because this is curved, so I'm just taking it slow. Ta-da! Check me out. And now I'm just gonna sand this bit too. And all the way around, just taking off. I'm not too bothered about the jaggedy edges, because if you can't be jaggedy on Halloween, when can you be jaggedy? There we go, look at that, perfect. Now while that's sitting aside, we're gonna do the shelves. And first off, I'm gonna, I mean, you can use your collage medium if you want to. But I'm just gonna use my Barely Arts glue, and I'm gonna glue them together. Get a couple of my clips. Is that the right way round? It doesn't look it, but it will just have to do because it's stuck already. And I'm not too sure if I'm going to use that one, so I'm just going to put that one there. And I think I want to cover the shelves in... I think I want to go this one, you know. I want this one to go behind. So it's like some grotty wallpaper. But then I do really like this one too. But I want some colour. I do want some colour. So, yeah, I think we're going to use this one in behind. But I also kind of want this to be a window. So we need our tub that's got our baseboards in. No, I don't think that's going to be, it's not big enough. And we do have a door. And this could be the edge of the door, and then that could go right. Where's those? That's not the one. That's not the one. It's like these are like perfect. Sorry if you can see my head. We could do that. I mean, that is pretty cool. And then we could have like a lower shelf just down here, or maybe a shelf above the door. thinking. Actually, I quite like the shelf down here. Or that's an option. It's a shame that that's the wrong way round. Do I have others? I think I do. I do. I have this pack, which is the 2023 pack. Oh, and it's got all the little bats in. Love them. We have shutters. We do have shutters. We have this door, which is the same as that door. We have a frame. No. Please fit, please. Yes. See. We have a window. Or we have... I don't like that. We have a window. And we have that. What about that? Or what if we could kind of hot glue those on like that. No, 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 don't get carried away. I do like that though. But we also, I don't want to use that. We also have our transparencies as well. I don't know if I want that one. I think I want the cracked one. But I don't want the clear cracked one. I want the one in his newer pack that's cracked. So we're going for the window. Thank goodness for that. My thought is I want the skeleton. That's moved. Hold on. I want the skeleton behind the window, but I want him to have a body. So I'm thinking of getting the paper dolls. It's actually going to take me all weekend to clear out my Halloween stuff. So do I... Sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. But what I was thinking was... like that. But I think the head's too big. It's a rather large skull. So maybe I'm gonna use this on the shelves, and in the background I think I do want some kind of, I'm gonna use this in the background as the wallpaper and this on the shelves. And what I'm thinking is to use a paper doll. Let me put these where I don't lose them. And then getting the sticker book. And this is, I believe this is last year's. Yeah, 2024. And then picking out a man. Oh, it's got a cat. I've picked some out, and what I'm going to do is I want to put the skull faces on them. So, oh, you're too pretty. Oh well. Does that look? Ooh. And you do need a little bit of a sand. Can look rather dashing. And then do we want to colour? So there's one. I mean, these are Halloween anyway, so they're going back in my Halloween box. I wonder what the bear with me. This year's, I'm hoping, no, they're exactly the same size. Ah, never mind. Never mind. We have got witches hats though, which would be cool. So could we do half a face? It could look like a mask. Do we want to put the witch's hat on first? Oh, it's just so cool. It's the little things. We do want the colour of the dress. Let's give it a sand so it all looks blended. Right, so now we've done our peoples. Let's see which one we want. First off, I think I'm going to glue this. Do I want to glue it on the back of the window? I think I do. Like that. And I'm not too bothered about the glue. Because the grungier the better. I probably would be better off using my knife because, and you can get real close to the frame, or you can try and get real close to the frame. There we go. And then we need to choose what person we want. I think I'm kind of liking her. I mean, we could have, she could be like sitting down. Could have like a couple. Could have like his hand on her shoulder. Oh, dilemma. I changed my mind of the background. Let me just pull you a bit closer. Because the black background, she disappeared. She disappeared. Whereas now, she's there. But I'm not sure I like the orange. I don't like that. That doesn't look very spooky, does it? I think it's going to have to be the orange, but I'm going to grunge it up. And I'm going to keep my brush in there. I've got stuff everywhere. So I'm not even going to mess about getting my mat out. I'm just going to put it straight on this mat. Where's my... Where's my... Where are you? I just used my Brusho Crystals water. And then we're just gonna grunge it up with some frayed burlap. Wipe that off. Give this a dry, and then I'm going to go over it with some vintage photo stain. So again, I'm just giving it a spray. Like that. We might even do some on the frame. Give them a dry. Now I have this other idea where I want to rip this. Are you ready? Like that. And then I'm going to wet it. Where's my tweezers? I just had them. There they are. And then I did this before on a Halloween project a couple of years ago. And I'm just going to... I've just wet it, and then I'm going to take my heat tool and then what will happen is it will stay there like that. And because we've got a bit of a gap underneath in the frame, it will work out really, really cool. There we go. Just like that. How cool is that? And that will go just under there like that. And then you can also just rip a little bit more too, like that. And then under it, I'm going to use some of the same brickwork that we used yesterday. So let me find the one that I want. This is the one that I want. And this is going to go underneath like that, and then like that, so you can see the underneath. And then she's going to go like that, and then like that over the top. Yeah? Yeah. So I have put the brick behind and I've just grunged it up. Now I want to put on some crypt paste. And I'm just going to use my little kebab skewer because I can't be bothered to find my spatula. And I'm just going, I'm not bothered about covering the wallpaper. I just want some grungy texture. And then that is going to go like that. Make this look like it's going down the wall. There we go. Like that. And then I also want some on the window too. That, and then I'm going to use the other end because I want some on the acetate, like that. As if it's going along the window. This is why I said the glue doesn't matter. Like that, and then try and go up here a little bit as well, just like that. And then it looks all grungy. Perfect. I don't know if I want a little bit coarse tone. Of course you want a little bit more. I probably should have sanded this first, just so it was a little bit more porous. And the crypt paste gripped hold of it, but there we go, just like that. And it looks all grungy and yucky. So while they were drying, I covered the shelves. I've got glue all over my fingers. So I've done the tops on like this, and I'm just gonna, and then I went around the sides with some of Tim's Christmas Halloween washi tape, the thin one. And then I had a piece of embossing folder, and I just put that underneath. So the shelves are actually, but they're both the same. This one's got the numbers, this one's got the stripes. So this one's going to sit here and this one's going to sit here, like so. And then, let me take that a little bit off. Yeah, and then, I mean, don't they just look so cool? I love them. So that was while this is drying, and this does seem to be drying quite nicely. Oh, we need to put a little bit of glue under there. So I didn't film the covering the shelves just because this video will be, well, we'll still be here next Halloween. So once this is dry, that will go over there. I have to push it down like so. But then it doesn't really matter because this is going to go under here like so, and this is going to go on top. And because we have the gap between this width here, that will give us enough room for the folded bits. So it's just a case of sitting, waiting and letting dry at the moment, and then we can carry on. While I was gone, which you wouldn't know because it's literally like 2 seconds ago, I had a spot of lunch because this project is a case of letting a lot of things dry. So it's very time consuming, but I have gone over the whole book with bits of crumpled tissue paper. And when you come to paint it, it's going to look really, really cool. And then we're going to have this under here with this over the top, and then this. So with the shelves, where's the shelves? And then we're going to have the shelves and then the shelf. Doesn't that just look so cool? And we're going to put bits and pieces on the shelves as well. Just looks so cool. So we're getting there. Now I am going to paint the cover with black paint. I'm not going to do it all on camera because, again, time consuming. Just got my Amsterdam black acrylic. It's called Oxide Black. And I've got a little tub and I'm just going to squeeze some in. I'm thinking of going with a big brush for this. I've got my big brush. So I'm just going to dab it on, and then I'm gonna actually, I've got a file folder here because I don't want to get the bits. I'm not going to paint over where the frame's going. I'm just gonna paint over the little acrylic words. It might need a couple of coats, and I might need to come back in with a smaller brush. It looks so cool already. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and then we're going to do the bit that's just so cool. So that's all dry, and now I'm going to take some, if I can get the lid off, I'm going to take some gesso and a dry brush. It's got to be a dry brush and a bit of a hard bristle, and then I'm just going to wipe some of it off so we've got barely anything on the brush, and then we're just going to just lightly rub over. It's so cool. It went a bit heavy here, but I think we could mend that. Look at that. Isn't it just so cool? And we're going to do and then it just picks up look at that spider web. And then I want it quite white on the creases. Look at that. Isn't that just so cool? And then we're going to do the back. Oh, get off. And then look, it looks like leather. And just keep picking up tiny little bits and rubbing it off. And it doesn't matter about whether it's a bit heavier in one part than the other. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's so cool. I love this effect. I did this effect on my my haunted mansion that I did for Prima Market in one Halloween, and it was just so cool. Try not to get the brush too wet. And again, like the splodges of white, like these, they're fine. And then look at that. Isn't that just so cool? Look at the web. And the web up here. Oh, sorry. Knocking the camera. Almost looks like skin. I think this little ghosty here disappeared. He got lost in translation. We're still trying. There we go. Pick him up. I mean, this ghost was perfect. But I might have gone over this ghost with a little bit too much black paint. Let's try and blend that. There we go. But oh, I love it. And then the letters. I was going to put some things on the spine, but I think if I do that, we are going to literally be here next Halloween. Now we're going to fill in, and now because this is all dry now, look at that, it's all so grungy, we're going to add this beauty to, and we still have it marked so we know where it's going. And the line is just here. So let's just, so that's gonna want that to look like it's sitting on the spooky. So we can lower this quite a bit. Maybe a little bit more. We do need to ink this. And first off, I'm going to ink it with some frayed burlap. And then some black soot. Oh. And I'm going to go round the edges as well. All the way around. That's better. And then we're going to do a little bit of sanding. And then that goes on there like that. But we need our lady. Where's our, here she is. First off, we're going to put this on our frame, like so. Hold that down. Oh well, it would probably help if I glued it in the right place. That'll do. And then we just need to work out where we want her because I kind of want her looking out of the window. Mark that there, but not looking out of the window. So let's not going to stick her down completely. Yeah, that will do. But now I also want, ooh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I had a whole tub of it. So I want to put some of this down. Let me just put a bit more glue down here. Why are you not cutting anymore? So I think I should have put some under the window, is what I should have done. Oh, I still can. So I'm going to put some glue here. And it will just be on the inside of the window. Like that. And then I want some coming down the side too. I'm getting it stuck to my fingers. Like that. And then I think maybe some on this side as well. Like that. Look at that! I'm not too sure about the brown. Right, let's glue this down. And we're going to dab around the cheesecloth because I don't want to lift it back off. That's it. Oh, got a splodge of glue. Hold that down. Now before I stick on the shelves, I just want some more cheesecloth. Behind, like so. Trim that off. And then some glue down. Hold the shelf down so it bonds. So while the shelves are drying, I want to get my stamps. Right, so I'm pulling my sleeves up because I mean business. I've got all my little glass vials here. And I'm just gonna, I've got some caramel alcohol ink, and I just want to change the colour of the bottle. And then I've also got some gravel, and I just want to, I'm just rolling it round, and then we've got, look at the difference. Isn't that just so cool? And then I'm just going to tip it up and tap the rest of it out. I'm not too bothered because I do have, I'm not too bothered about the residue on the bottom. I've got this stuff, and it's large moss and snowy pine cones. I got this last year. It was £2.50, and I believe it was from The Works. So I'm going to get some moss, and I'm just going to, where's my tweezers? I'm just going to put some moss inside. So that's why I'm not so bothered about, look at the state of my hands. I'm not so bothered about the little residue of ink, because if it wants to soak up the rest of the ink, then that's absolutely fine. Then I just want some strands in there like that of cheesecloth. And then I don't know what I want to do with the cork. Oh, that'll do. Just a bit of distress ink. There you go. Like that. And I think I want, I think I might put, so what I'm going to do is, before I put, oh, we've lost some of the moss. Get back in there. I'm going to put the cork on top of the bottle like that, and then put the cork in like that, and then put a bit of glue around the edge of the glass and just tie that round. We could give this little bit of a trim. Then we've got a glass vial. But what I want to do with that, and we're going to do some more in a moment, and we're also going to put some of the moss onto the shelves too, is I've got some labels, just bog standard labels. Just get rid of that one because I can't be bothered to stick it back on. And I'm just going to cut some off because I don't want to work with the whole sheet. And I've got some stamps on my Halloween stamp set that fit these vials perfect. So like there's Bone Dust, there's number 666, there's Established, there's Halloween, that fits on it. There's From number 287, that fits on it. There's that little Salem tag that fits on it. The two, in fact, I think that's the one I'm going to do. So let me get... Where's there is. And I'm going to stamp them onto sticker paper. Perfect. And there's also a little skull face here as well, which I want on one. There we go. I'll wash these off in a minute. What else have we got? Let's do this. Label. Oh, let's stamp that again. Oh, what's going on? I'm going to take the outer layer off. It's really hard to see where these labels are. That's better. That's better. So we've got that. Perfect. And then I'm going to cut these out. Cut it out and distressed it. And now we're just going to... Oh, try and place it on the bottle. Like so. And then let's cut out this one. And then let's just grunge that up. Really fiddly. I kind of just want it over. Let's use my tweezers. And there we have, look at that. Isn't that just so cool? Ah, it's so cool. And we're going to do that with another one because I want to use... So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do a bigger one. Where's my... Oh, it's leaked. I knocked it over. I mean, you could just roll it and roll it and roll it until it evaporates. But again, I'm not that bothered because the moss can soak it up. Come on, in you go. Oh my goodness. Go in. I don't know if it keeps sticking to my fingers. There we go, look. That can go in there. And I think, oh, do you know what? I'm going to break some little bits of pine cone and just place them in as well. Because why not? And this one, I want to put a bone in. So I want, do I want to distress it? Well, it obviously looks like that's a yes. And then you're going to go, I don't know if that one's big enough. I don't know if I'll get the, it's a bit big. Pretty sure we've got 2 sizes of bones. Yeah, that one's smaller. There we go. Oh, I got ink all over me. And then we're going to do what we did with the other piece. I don't know if that... Let's put that down there. And we're going to cut a piece off. Put it on top. I do want to put some glue around this one. And then push that in like that. And then around this one, do we want to put some yes, we do. Just like that. We're gonna stick the label on again. Come on. There we go. And we want to see the bone. Let's do it that way. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. I put it on wonky, but I don't care. And then we're going to put this one underneath. It's really, It's really hard to get a placement, but not that I'm too bothered. Because it's Halloween. But then look at those. Aren't they just so cool? So we've got those, and now I want to do the candlestick. And I believe I have a thingy, a felt, because I just want to grunge it up. And I want to, this is probably where hot glue is a good idea. But I can't be bothered to get out my glue gun. And these scissors just won't cut this cheesecloth. So I'm just going to place those on there like that. And then I'm just going to get, they're all the big candles. I want, aha. I've got stuff everywhere. Here we go. One of the little candles. And I want one of the little candlesticks and the urn. And a bit of a bigger candlestick as well. And I think I'm going to put the little candlestick on the big, little candle on the big candlestick. Just going to stick that down and hold it down till it bonds. I've done all my little bits. They're all drying, but now we're going to play with these. Now, I'm sorry, I know, but I want to use parts of him. And then we're going to grunge him up. So let's just cut that little bit off. Because what happens, I'm going to have to get my mat out for this. Because I don't want to be bobbling me cutting mat. Because you need heat. Alright. Am I in view? Yes. So, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to get our heat tool and we're going to melt. Right, I'm going to hold that for a minute. Just while it cools. And then I want to bend that up. I'm going to hold that till it cools. Like that. And then we've got the hands. We're going to have to get the tweezers. Because the hands I want to bend down over the shelf. So let me grab my book. I want them to go like that, bend down over the shelves. I might have to bend and then like that. So it's like that. And then we're going to just cover it in ink. I told you this was messy work. Right, where's me? Oh. So I'm now dabbing like so. So it looks all grotty and grimy. Oh, let's wipe this off here. I've got some isopropyl alcohol. We'll get that off. And now I'm going to, where's my little spatula? Just going to rub some crit paste all round it. Because that's going to lay down like that. And then we want the same on the hands. Like that. And then, where's his head? There we go. And then I'm going to let those dry, and then we'll put it all in the book. I'm not waiting for it to dry because, oh my goodness, this has literally taken me all day. So I'm going to put her, I'm going to add some moss first because the moss will just give it like a background for this to grab hold of. So I'm just going to lay that there. I think the big one is going to have to go there. But again, I'm just going to prop it up. I hope you can still see because I'm struggling. So I need something to put along the shelves for it to grip hold of. So I'm just going to put that on like that. And then I think my best bet is to use Fabri-Tac because this is for glass and wood. So I think if I put some on the bottom, lots of it, and then, I mean, the best thing to have used is E6000, to be honest. And then just put that there. Hold it down for a second. That's it. And then what do we want next to it? See, this is not sticking because Barely Arts is not strong enough. So let's stick that down with some Fabri-Tac and just let that dry. We could put, let's put a spider. As if it's coming off of its web. So he could go there. I think maybe we'll put Mr. Skull. So I'm going to put some on the bottom, a little bit on the back, and just kind of place him in the window. Hold him down so he attaches. And then we've got, I think I want, I don't know if this is gonna, this is just, it's too clean. It's too clean. I do have, right, so I've got some Finnabar graphite wax. I love this stuff. It smells delicious. So I'm just gonna rub it on, look, and then that darkens that up. Oh, it smells so good. I'd love to know what they put in it. I would literally wear it as a perfume. Alright, so now it's a bit darker. I'm just gonna and then we'll put this on the bottom. And a little bit on the back. And then I'm also going to put, I'm literally just lathering it on. So where did I put, it's there. So hold that down. Then I'm going to add another spider. Just on the back here. Like that. And then I could add, I want to add the arm. Oh. So then we're gonna just put that down there. Oh, don't want that. I think it needs grunging up. That's what it needs. Right, so now let's put some on this. Bottom shelf. I don't really keep sticking to my fingers. Oh my goodness. Right, hold on. So now I'm going to put the skeleton bones just in this gap here. Hold that down. And then I think I want That can go there. I don't know which one I want. This one just won't stick. So it looks like it's going to be you. But first, I just want to lay some cloth down for it to grip hold of. Put some fabric tack on and hold it down. Like that. Perfect. And now we've got another little bottle. Where we can put him just there. And then we've got our long one, which can go here at an angle. Oh, stick down. It's the broom. There we go. And then we have another skull, but I'm thinking a couple of pumpkins, but they're not dirty enough. Let's put you there. And I'm really not bothered about the spider webs from the glue. Ah. Oh, come on. I think perhaps I should have used hot glue or E6000. And this shelf's looking a bit dodged too. But we're nearly done, so yay! I think I might slide a pumpkin in there, but this one I'm going to stick down with Barely Arts because that bonds quicker. And we're done. What do you think? Oh my goodness. Let me hold it up. Look at all that. Isn't that just so cool? Oh, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, I just got a bit of crit paste drop down. And then I put this on the side. It's still drying, so it's a little bit meh. But I put that on the spine. And then we've got the back, but the front, oh, what do we think? Oh, isn't it just... Oh, I'm so happy with it. Oh my goodness. Look at the little ghost poking out. And the web. And the word spooky. Oh, I'm so happy with it. I knew I had this vision in my head, but I didn't know how I was going to make it come true. And I've got Zoe Hillman to thank for this. She's so inspiring. She really inspired me, as did all the Tim Holtz makers. But I love it. I absolutely love it. So now it's time to call it an end. Thank you everybody who has joined me in Halloween every day. I have loved every single minute of it. Let me bring you out a little bit. There we go. I have loved every single minute of it. It has been so much fun. I have never ever made anything like this apart from my spooky house, which I'm going to put in my stories. Apart from my spooky house, I have never made anything that, I'm just so proud of it. I am so happy with it. I'm going to cherish it, and I'm going to get my kids to hand it down to their kids, because I just love it so much. So thank you everybody for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Don't forget to tag me in social media. All my socials are at the end of the video or down in the description box. And I am going to go and cook Marry Me Chicken, edit this video, have an early night, get up tomorrow, clean away all my Halloween and get ready for Christmas. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in my next video. Take care everybody. Bye.